United we are strong, divided we are weak. Right now, man, if you watch the news or look at social media, you see just the left and the right side just attacking each other left and right. A lot of hate, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of things going on. And it's sad to see. I mean, think about it. United States of America. We should be united, but we're not. Right now, we're kind of having a rough time right now. And the way it's kind of working is you got one person on one side. And I just want to make it clear, I'm not left or right. I'm perfectly in the middle. I'm trying to understand both perspectives on both sides and both parties. So the way I see it is one person comes and says, hey, here's what I believe, and this is why I think you're wrong. And then this person's like, whoa, no, this is what I believe, and this is why you're wrong, and this is why I'm right. Matter of fact, you believe this stupid junk too. And whoa, what are you talking about? And you believe this stupid junk. And then we're insulting, like all these insults going back and forth. It's literally like watching two monkeys throw poop at each other. Like, what's the point? Like, nothing productive can come from this. Now, if we want to be productive, we got to do something that's kind of a foreign concept. We got to listen. You have to understand where the other person's coming from. You sitting there insulting them, trying to beat them into submission and make them feel stupid so they could believe your superior belief, that's not going to get you anywhere. I haven't seen that work at all. It didn't work for me, and I doubt it's going to work for anybody else other than just make them angry and emotional. And once people are emotionally fired, they're not listening. There's no chance of real progress happening. We have to be unified. We have to be united to really make some progress happen. Now, here's the problem. It's easy to be united with people who have that parallel belief as you do. But you and another person have opposite beliefs and you clash, it's still possible to be united. It's just a lot more difficult. Some of you are like, that's not possible for you to believe in something different and still be cool. Actually, it is. You do it with your family all the time. We all have family members where, we just rub each other the wrong way. We argue, we yell, we physically fight. It happens. But what ends up happening most of the time? We come back together. We know we're family. We know we got to work through this. We know that when we're divided, we're weaker, but when we stick together and help each other out, it's better for everybody. So it is possible for us to be united with somebody that functions differently. And I know there's the occasion where you just have to cut a family member off because they're just too toxic. And I get it. But most of the time, we work it out and we make it happen. And it's possible. We just don't want to because we just have too much pride. We don't have the humility to say, you know what? I don't understand where you're coming from. Fill me in. And then what happens is the person starts talking and you get this urge to jump in and tell them why they're wrong, why you're right, and why they need to change their views. No, cut that out. Listen, try to understand where they're coming from. I know it's hard. I've been there. I used to struggle with holding it back and interrupt. You'd be surprised how much progress can be made if you just listen. The fact is, I don't know what it's like to be a Caucasian male. I don't know what it's like to be an African American male right now. Matter of fact, I don't know what it's like to be an Asian female. But you know what? I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to say, hey, give me your perspective on some of these things. Educate me. I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. We're built differently. We're all different. I know my wife better than anybody in the world. And trust me, we are different. And it's not bad. It's good. We just got to work it out and make it happen. Now, here's the thing. I got to tell you the story because, I'm a large Hispanic male. I go to the gym all the time. When I leave the gym, I intentionally have my keys out. Some of you might be like, why do you do that? Well, I want the people to know that I own a car, I'm walking to my car, but despite the fact that I'm walking with my keys out, acting like I don't know where my car is, people will lock their door or people will get back into their car and lock their door as I'm walking by. I could be at a distance and I hear the click, click, everything. And it's just like, there's a part of me that just gets fired up. Like, damn, dude, like, I've never robbed anyone. I've never done anything wrong, but you're going to put me in this box? Like, it fires me up. It almost makes me want to do something. Like, fine, if you're going to put me in the box, then I might as well be stupid. That's what happens in here. And I got to calm it down a little bit. I got to say, Mario, stop that. That's stupid. And it must be from God because it ain't for me. But usually I'll kind of hear a voice like, Mario, you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what they've been through. And I think about it. Yes, if it's a petite woman in her car, she may have had a bad experience with a large male taking advantage of her. And if I would have known that, would I still be angry? And like, no, it would make sense that in order to protect herself, she would lock the door. And once I put all that into my head, I'm not mad anymore. And I get it. And it makes sense. because it's another person's thinking and a perspective. And to get out your own feelings, to get out of your own emotions, which is hard for a lot of us. I struggle with it too. I know you guys do too. We're all at different levels depending on the subject. Like I said, man, it just makes me want to cry just to see all the fighting and insults and arguments and all the junk. It sucks, man. We're not getting anywhere with it. We got to do something different. So instead, we got to swallow our pride and just listen. Say, you know what? I don't get where you're coming from. Fill me in. And you know what? It's going to take a big man and a big woman to do that because they might not want to listen back. And you got to be the bigger man or woman and say, hey, you know, I tried. I did my part. I at least understand where they're coming from. And then you won't be so emotionally fired up. And just because you know one person's opinion doesn't mean you know everybody's opinion from that group. Every individual is different. Like I said, I went a little longer than usual today, man, because I'm real fired up and passionate about all this. Like, we need to be united. That's the only way we're going to work through this. Being divided and arguing and insulting each other, that's just going to make it worse. It's called the United States of America. United. We got to act like it. Because united, we're strong. And separated or with division, we're weak. You can accomplish anything you want as long as you want to sacrifice and put in the work. I believe in you. Go get it.